I'm Darren the Magic Ghostbuster. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And please check out all my other videos. I've got loads of Ghostbusters content on my channel. None of them are going to be quite as long as this one because this video is a collection tour. A lot of you have been asking for this for quite a while and I'm finally getting it done. So enough talking from me, let's get started. So I thought this section of the wall was the perfect place to begin. This is where the original 4 kind of Ghostbusters figures are in cases. 4 original Ghostbusters figures were some of the first things I ever owned as a child. So yeah, these bring back so many happy memories. And when I eventually got them on the card, that was a good day. It definitely was. The collection has expanded so much it gets so hard to actually find room to put everything, which is why these 2 vintage masks are hanging there. As a kid, I had a Stay Puft and not a Slimer, and these are so fragile. I mean, this Stay Puft, if you look, you can see some cracks on it. Slimer has some small cracks, but I never had the Slimer as a kid. I had Stay Puft, and that was wrecked. Like, it didn't last very long. I remember trying to tape it together, but they're just so fragile. Above that is a sealed rug. I do actually have another one of those on the floor. To the left is some more modern stuff. You've got the Spirit Halloween Exo goggles. These are 35th anniversary things from 7-Eleven. Ghostbusters whoopee cushion, one of the stupidest bits. Nice hat there. Slimer mask. You can see your face through that. But these are some of the interesting bits. These are like blind bag badges from Japan. So they would have come in this bag. And you would have got a mystery badge. I love stuff like that, and there was quite a lot of those to get. So very cool they are. I don't think I've got all of them. It's very hard to find any information out about them, but there you go. And then yeah, some other cool little bits. This Johnny Lightning Attacker, Mr. Stay Puft. Occasionally, someone posts a picture of this in a group on Facebook, thinking they've got a rare variant because it's the X01A in there, when obviously it should be the X01, but Johnny Lightning did not make an X01 for many years until after this had come out. So you haven't got a rare variant, that is how they all came. And then above there is some Halloween sweets from, got them from B&M over here in the UK, come out a couple of years ago. And then if we come down here, this was a convention exclusive bag from a Loungefly. There's the Loungefly thing there. Yeah, pretty cool bag. And then above here, I have a couple of wallets. There's some Funko Ghostbusters cereal sort of hiding behind there. And then the things in front are called daubs. There was several of those to collect. They're like weird, I guess, like another company's take on doing like the pop vinyl things. Not massively a fan of that kind of stuff, but you know, I buy anything with Ghostbusters logo on, but like I'm not massive collector of Funko stuff and all that, but yeah. And then there's some more daubs along there, and then down here is some watches made by a company called Hope. As you can see, all on the card. The Slime one did have a couple of variants in the straps. So there's the strap you can see there, which is like a navy blue and yellow. They also did a green. I'm sure there was a third one, but completely escapes me now. And then one other thing over here I forgot to mention was these badges from Germany. From a ride called 5D. And they did different badges there. And I do have other bits from that theme park that you'll see as we go round. Okay, so this whole new section is fairly recent actually. Addition. I was getting way too much stuff. I just had to build this massive unit to shelve most of it. So if we come in here, so on top is the Diamond Select Goes a Temple with all the figures on. Now mostly I am a boxed collector, but I really liked I wanted to build a temple basically, so these are open. And I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of the packaging on the Diamond Select figures. I just didn't like it. I thought it was horrible, bulky. I just didn't think it looked very good. But that's just me, of course. I do regret not buying 2 of each though, to keep unboxed, but I mean I can always track them down, but where would they go? Running out of room. So along here, this is a thing from that ride I said about. A snow globe, I guess. It's not snow, slime globe. I don't know what you'd call that. This is like a Karate Kid inspired figure. I believe that was Loot Crate exclusive. Here's another snow globe thing, again from the German theme park ride. This is a more modern Slimer bobblehead. I quite like that, the way he's been sucked into the trap and wobbles there. Now this thing, I bought this years and years ago. Obviously the Hasbro selfie series now is all the talk. This, I can't remember the name of the company now, it was so long ago, but they had about 4 different poses. So it's a statue, it's not a posable figure, and you could pick from different poses and send them a picture of your face and they would 3D print it, basically. It came out awful, like really, really awful. And I had problems with the company actually. So they sent me this one, and it was my face was bright red, absolutely bright red, almost as red as this. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. I complained. They sent me another one. Except they sent me the wrong one. It was a different pose and completely the wrong face. It was definitely someone else's face. So they ended up refunding me. But I gave this to a friend to paint, and he did a really good job of all the detail. I think some of the detail may have been lost in my face a little bit from painting it. It wasn't a perfect likeness to begin with. Yeah, I think it lost some of that likeness as we went on painting it. But I had short hair back then as well, so still pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with a selfie series or not. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what people's look like when they arrive. This is a custom-made Ghostbusting Dalek I made. So, Ghostbusters alarm clock. Girlfriend bought me that as a present from a cool shop called Monkey's Emporium. She bought me that and bought it to opening night of one of the plays I was in, which was really nice of her. Down the side here are some trans lights from McDonald's, and these would have been put in like a light box, and then the light would have shined through to get your attention basically. And obviously you got the school supplies promotion, and then the bike accessories promotion, and this was like a cardboard thing telling you the prices. So that's a lot rarer than those. To the left here slightly is my girlfriend collects stuff from Disney parks, and here's a bag of hers, and then that's my Gibson SG there, which I know isn't Ghostbusters, but I'm going to show it off. So I changed the scratch plate and all the hardware on it. I found this guy made all this on eBay, and it looks really cool. And then down here are a couple of vinyls, and that one there is signed by Ray Parker Jr. It's kind of hidden at the moment, but yeah, he signed that at Comic Con Scotland when I met him. Now if we come around here, so Slimer cereal there, these are Itty Bitties, exclusive to Hallmark in America. These are the mini Hot Wheels Elite vehicles, Exos. This is another thing from the German park, and see all those bubbles go up and down, so that's cool. And then this is a box frame I made of the Ghostbusters 2 bubblegum you could get. So you get these stickers in the bubblegum, and yeah, made a little box frame with those in, which I was quite happy about that coming out. Slimer feeder game. This big Slimer here is a Spirit Halloween. He hangs from the ceiling. The big Slimer behind, which is being a bit neglected at the moment. Let me take this ball out of his mouth for the moment. That is the Necker Stay Puft, so life-size one. And you can see the size comparison between the two is quite big. And then the one here is a fan-made one. I bought off eBay like, God, years and years and years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I can't remember exactly. Never found out who made him or the exact origins, but he's a bit fragile nowadays, especially around the hands and all that. I had to do a couple of repair jobs over time, but I think he looks amazing. Then if we head back, oh, some plushies hanging from there, and that was an inflatable promo for the video game. But hiding behind Slimer are Some of the hologram series cereal from Ralston. That is series 2. And then there's the Slimer one. And then there's another hologram box there. Now this here is one of my favourite things. This is a box of Ghostbusters 2 Christmas crackers that was available here in the UK. 12 crackers, £7.99. Had these back in the day. I have never been able to find another picture of them, video, anything online anywhere, because those crackers in there are not original crackers. The box is original, the crackers are modern crackers. I just filled up to make the box look good. I've been trying to find a picture of what the crackers looked like. I mean, if I could find the actual original crackers, that'd be amazing, but I'd be happy just finding a picture so I could replicate the exact look of the crackers, but no idea. And I post, every Christmas I'll post a picture of it, asking if any other fellow fans, you know, have a picture of it, remember it or anything. Never found another one. Every time I Google it, all I find is my video on it, so, and my picture. So if you have these out there, please contact me. I would love a picture, or, you know, I might be interested in buying them. But yeah, like I said, one of my favourite things, because I mean, I refuse to believe I'm the only person in the world with it, but I mean, it is obviously incredibly, incredibly rare. Yeah. Then back here, that's some Ghostbusters 2 shreddies. So you got 4 different scenes on the back. This is obviously the museum and or art gallery, and you got stickers, stick and lift stickers in there, so you can make up your scenes. There was 4. There was I've got 2 full boxes, 1 back panel, and I still need to get the one which is of the Statue of Liberty. And then that box there with the purple box is the GameStop exclusive Spectral Ghostbusters, real Ghostbusters. And then back there is an original Coca-Cola advert, some lollies, which I'll put in a frame, the Toys R Us, some Matty Collector stuff. And if we come down a little bit, so there's some Playmobil stuff here. The Playmobil stuff was amazing. I think it was really well done. I wish they made this back in the day when I was a kid. This is a shop display, cardboard shop display. It's mostly hidden, but there's the backdrop. This was for the real Ghostbusters collection, and you're not really going to see it, but there's actually like a road layout on the on there. This is a money bank for the HP shapes. And obviously got Ghostbusters facing forward, but if you turn it around, it shows all the other shapes they did, which was Turtles, Postman Pat, and I think it was Count Duckula. I may be wrong. This Playmobil Stay Puft was signed by Billy Bryan, who Mr. Stay Puft himself, and there he is, me with a photo with him. That's Jim Fire, who played Tony Scaleri, Statue of Liberty, and the Jogger Ghost in Ghostbusters 2. And then this is the Matty Collector Stay Puft. Infamously yellowed on the arms and legs very badly. His arms and legs on this one have been painted, but like within months they were so yellow it was ridiculous. It was a shame, because I always found it funny how they never, like, Stay Puft has a very basic face, and yet, well, I like that face. I think it actually looks quite fun, but they've never managed to capture, or I think the only ones that really did the perfect job was the Diamond Select and Bandai, which we'll come to later. But yeah, no one's ever really managed to capture his perfect face other than those 2 I just mentioned. But behind him is the box he come in, massive box, and it comes with like a whole cityscape thing. And then for here, this is the Diamond Select money bank, which I cut 2 holes in the side to make it come out the wall. And then coming down, you're going to see some of the Matty Collector figures, all carded. These were from Australia for Mini Puff Marshmallows. This is a promo air conditioner, air freshener, sorry, for your car. Stay Puft Surprise Tub, Series 1 and 3. Series 2 still hasn't come out over here, so yep, hopefully soon. I have the Courtroom Ghostbusters in the card as well. Just like them so much, I bought extras to open. So there they are. This was like a what do you call it? This Slimer. They basically sent to subscribers of the Matty Collector Exo Club to apologise for basically ruining the Ghostbusters toy line. But we won't go into that. These are the two memorial badges for Ivan Reitman and Harold Ramis. Very missed both of those. Hope it's a long time until we have to add more pins to that collection. Yeah. So the Matty collector figures. Let's show you the rest of those before we move along to the next shelf of this unit. It's really hard to video these because of the way the light shines on them, but I do have the full set. They run down there. And I really like these figures. I think they've been bettered since they come out, but that one is signed by Jim Fire there. Obviously Tony Scalari I mentioned earlier. I really like the packaging on these. I thought they got a bit lazy with the Ghostbusters 2 version, because the packaging has these like two terror dogs on the side, and I feel like they should have changed it to the Scalari brothers or something for the Ghostbusters 2 one. But overall, I like these figures. I thought they were pretty good. There was a few missing ones. They obviously didn't do Janine, they didn't do Gozer, they didn't do the Terror Dogs, which was a shame, but good figures. These are mini mates made by Diamond Select, and I thought these were really cool. Probably the most comprehensive range of figures they did. Unfortunately, they're not full-size figures. They're like Lego-y, not Lego, but like Lego style blocky figures, obviously a bit bigger. Go down there. So they did 4 packs. I have all the 4 packs, and they all hang down here. And then if we come along to the other side of the unit, going up here, and then the 2 packs are scattered around a bit. Unfortunately, I just don't have space to have them all in the same area, but these are some of the 2 packs, and then I'll show you the rest as we come along to them. And then it's going to be a bit dark here, but this is my like Lego area. So you got the Lego Firehouse, the big Lego Ecto one. This is an original label from the HP Shapes. Unfortunately, it's a bit ripped. And then this is a cool. This is a wrapper from an old Ghostbusters suite. I just love stuff like that, because that's the sort of stuff no one ever thought of keeping. That sort of stuff, really. It's yeah, it's crazy. And then it's going to get a bit dark here, so let me grab my phone, see if I can shine a torch in here. So this is like my Kenner area, I guess. There's a lot of different Kenner stuff. Ghost Zapper, Water Zapper, Ecto 2. It's like I say, I'm running out of space now, so it's hard to get a lot of this stuff on a decent display. You can see the original Can Ghost there, Ghostbusters watch. There's a couple of Easter egg boxes back there. Small mini mates, radio, and if we come around this side, a couple of cool wallets, and the Kenner stuff continues. You can see it at the back. There's the Ecto Charger pack. I only have one boxed item Kenner wise that I still need to get, which is the Ecto headphones with radar. I believe that's what they called it. Unfortunately, it's still on my to buy list. Very recent edition, which I haven't actually displayed yet, which is just down here at the moment, is the Ecto 1A. So, in case you don't know, this was obviously released after Ghostbusters 2. Basically, it's still more of the same car, essentially. It is exactly the same as the original Ecto 1, except they changed the box, and they gave you different stickers to make the Ghostbusters 2 design. My parents wouldn't buy me this back in the day, because they weren't suckered in like I was. They knew it was the same car. I actually remember drawing out the caution striping and stuff to decorate my old Ecto 1, which was quite funny. But so yeah, loads of cool Kenner stuff along there. Couple of other little things I need to get. I need to get the yellow ectoplasm and a couple more of the ghosts. Some of these ghosts come in different colours, and I'm not fussed about having every version of every colour, as long as I have one of each design. But let's just get the torch in there again, just so you can see this from this angle. So there's a water game at the back, there's the spitballs, more modern stuff like the mini puffed fit bottles, shower foam. So you can see another angle of Easter egg box. So yeah, said, not the easiest area to see. These are skateboards, a modern thing made by a company called Dust. They were a Zavvi exclusive. These are the bigger Hot Wheels Elite Ectos, so Ecto 1, Ecto 1A. This is another thing from the German theme park I said about, and then these are original real Ghostbusters pins. This Crystal Head vodka was signed by Dan Aykroyd. I don't know if it's the finish of the glass, but his signature is very faded now on there, which is a shame. I did have other stuff signed by him. He did a signing, which he does all around the world, I believe. He did one in London, and basically he'd sign a few Ghostbusters things, have a photo, and the only condition was you had to buy a bottle of Crystal Head vodka and have that signed, which I thought was a bargain. Because if you'd went to a comic convention, you would have paid a lot more and not got your vodka. So yeah, I'm going to have to open and drink this. Actually, I kind of wanted to keep it sealed, but I'm thinking, why not just open it and drink it? May as well. This looks like some cheap unofficial thing, but this was actually from that theme park as well, so that is official. This is a Coca-Cola Ghostbusters phone card from Japan, and that cup is again from that park. This is a Coca-Cola pen from Japan. This is an original carton of High C, still sealed. These chocolates, there's Stay Puft and Slimer, were from FYE in America, and then so we've got some mini puffs here. So these are the mini puff surprise figures that I mentioned earlier, and then we've got the Hasbro mini puffs, and then some custom ones I made. So I made this one, you know, where he's cutting people's heads off. Did the umbrella cocktail stick, and then the magic one, because I'm the magic Ghostbuster. This fairly recent edition. When I bought this, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger, but there you go. That bag of Stay Puft marshmallows actually there, I bought quite a few of those because they were available in the pound shop here in the UK. Quite surprisingly, a few years back. Bought loads and ate loads. I've got a couple of bags still sealed and a couple of bags opened, which are dotted around the place. And then this is a window sticker for Ghostbusters 2 on videotape. So something for anyone who remembers videotapes there. And then I think that's it for this show. Let's look at the Trio comics. So these are Trio like pick your own adventure type comics, and then here's an actual Trio wrapper there for a multi-pack. And then that Stay Puft box there actually contained marshmallows as well. That's a few years old now. That's making me feel old looking at some of this stuff. And then hanging on here are the real Ghostbusters mini-mates. And then brewing company called Tiny Rebel did a beer called Stay Puft. Lots and lots of variations, so they're just dotted around this shelf. Behind there is the Hasbro Afterlife Ecto 1. Ruby's Ghost Trap. Coffee cup. The Ghostbusters 1 and 2 DVD box set. That's going back a while now. Ghostbusters Firehouse, kind of hiding at the back. Stay Puft candle. Some badges from the Ecto 1, the Building Ecto 1 by Eagle Moss Hero Collector, which at this point in time, no idea if it's going to be finished. Another cool radio there. And this thing here is a Playmobil shop display, so you'd press the button on it and Stay Puft would spin around as it lit up. And then, so this area is stuff I still need to find a home for, really. So you've seen the Ecto 1. So we've got original book and tape. There's the Spengler's and Troner one. That's a Afterlife promo tote bag with an Afterlife bottle at the end. This is a new thing by Ruby's. Carry a Slimer on your shoulder. Now, funny enough, I've actually been doing this for years and years and years now. I use a NECA Slimer, and when I've got one on display, so when we get to that, I'll tell you a bit more about that. Ghostbusters wallpaper, an old crisp wrapper there. One of the weirdest crossovers ever, Ghostbusters My Little Pony. There's some walkie-talkies hiding behind there. There's a cool Slimer statue. Let's just move these two out of the way. It's a really cool Slimer statue, which was by Icon. I believe that was the company that made that one. These are a collection of car hanging signs. and Ghostbusters Utility Belt by Spirit Halloween. These are some of the convention exclusive mini-mates. Cards, and this contains a trick which I'll show you very shortly. And then here is the Blitzway area. So the Blitzway figures, some of the best Ghostbusters figures ever made. Like the detail and likeness on them is amazing. The Ecto 1 is massive, absolutely insane. It has started to yellow, annoyingly. Not the doors, but I'm not even sure if it's going to be picked up on the camera. Let me see if I can zoom in there. I don't know if you can tell the colour difference. It looks a tad different on my screen, but it looks a lot more different in reality. It's a shame. And I don't have batteries in it at the moment either. When I put this unit together, I had to actually take the sides off to slide that in, but yeah, a bit of a pain. But let me just bring my torch back so you can see at the back of here. So there's a box for a bobblehead you're going to see later, and then there's an electronic pinball game, and then down here is little McDonald's area. So I've just piled all the McDonald's toys in there, and the boxes and bags. So yeah, as you can see, quite a lot of stuff, and we're not even halfway round. So this is the rug I was saying about earlier, that I have a sealed one, and this is the one on the floor. I was sitting on that when I was filming most of the previous bits, so I couldn't show you it. And one other thing I want to show you is this. This is a very recent addition as well, and this is like a box set. I love the Toys R Us sticker on it, and it includes all these different books. Unfortunately, this is one of those boxes that's kind of glued shut, so if it was just a bit of tape, I would have cut the tape and I'd look at them, but I'm a bit reluctant to cut the box open. Now we're approaching the sort of Kenner figure area. Just before that, let's look down here quickly. There's a scarf made by Bin Beyond, a couple of skateboards, an old Ghostbusters bin there with a Ghostbusters Slimer candy holder that's being propped up by my girlfriend's Hello Kitty, because he's not the most stable thing in the world, and if Hello Kitty wasn't there, these crisps would be pulling him forward, and it's loads of the Ghostbusters Afterlife promo crisps. Some people say that it's silly keeping hold of stuff like this, but then when you look at what like an original crisp packet goes for, you never know. 50 years, that might be able to retire on that. Assuming everyone likes Ghostbusters in 50 years. So, you've seen the original 4 Ghostbusters, they're in a different area. And then, so we've got the original ghosts here, obviously Green Ghost, Bad to the Bone, Stay Puft, H2O Ghost, Bug-Eye Ghost. There. And then I've tried to make it so the hero figures go down in their different series. Like this. And so you've got Slimed Heroes down there, Super Fright Features and so on, and then the Fright Features. So it's a bit hard to video this without getting light shining on it annoyingly. And then if we go along here, there's the original Fright Features there. Above those is some Hot Wheels Ghostbusters cars, which were like different cars with just Ghostbusters designs on, really. And then, because they fit perfectly, these Ghostbusters Pez go down there. Now, heading back to the Kenner stuff, so in this corner here is original Kenner stuff again. So original figures. Got the Green Ghost. There was 2 variations of this Green Ghost. One come with a red pack, one come with a blue pack. People argue over which one was the rarest. They normally argue for the one that they have is the rarest. So if people who've got a blue one say the blue one's the rarest, people who've got the red one say the red one's the rarest. Don't know the answer. It's probably equal, but who knows. The Mini Goopers, the card's in pretty poor condition, but still rare to get on the card. Paul Speeder Head's actually a very rare one. The card, again, is pretty poor, but very hard to find on the card, but doesn't go for a lot of money. I'm surprised that he doesn't go for a lot of money, as I think he's probably one of the rarer ones on the card, but yeah, very strange. But there you go, we've got them all going down there, added with a few stickers and other random bits. The Finger Pop Fiends I think are a bit stupid, but there they are, and they've done lots of different variations of those in terms of what colours the bits are on and all that. So yeah, Ecto Glows, I have one in a different area. I don't have I have Lewis, I don't have the other 4, you'll see that shortly. I'll talk about that in a minute. Back of this door is just some more random stuff. So we got a school bag there, window shade, backpack, slippers, license plate. This torch was from Spirit Halloween. I bought 2 of these when I was out in America. I intended to open one, but ended up giving it to a friend. These were recalled actually, because they burnt or something. So never intended to open this one anyway. I did intend to open the other one, but I guess it's good I didn't. And just more bags, license plate, and then stickers by Ghostbuster. Now interestingly, this one here, the stickers are the same as you've got in this one here, but the orientation of the card is completely different. I've never seen another one like that, so that's quite interesting. But let's go through this door and I'll show you what's out there before moving on with this room. So on this door, you've got this is like a Back to the Future display I made. This is a Ghostbusters sunshade, and then most of it is actually my artwork. So there's a painting of Slimer I did, and then some like cereal inspired paintings I did there, and then Stay Puft Oven Glove, one of my patches, gel clings from Spirit Halloween. This is a cool little ghost that I just got, a Halloween decoration, then a couple of other little cool things. Okay, so the lighting is a bit terrible in this corridor, so I apologise for that. And Ghostbusters was never intended to even make it into this corridor, but as it's expanded so much over time, didn't really have a choice. But we have this Walker's Crisp unit, basically, which would have displayed all the crisps in the supermarket. My girlfriend got me that from her work. It's on a base with wheels I made, so I can move that out of the way because there's a cupboard behind that. It has all my magic props and stuff in which I need to get for work. I have various pictures in this corridor with different people. It's Bret Hart, for anyone a fan of the Hitman there. Any other WWE fans? There's me with Hardcore Holly. I actually helped him at his autograph table, but Sting and Mick Foley. There's loads. Let me show you some of the others quickly. So it's a bit dark, but yeah. So anyway, some of the more modern stuff. So this is cheap Trap and Ecto goggles. There's the Afterlife PK meter, Neutrona one. There's the oh god, my brain's going blank. Proton pack there. This is the hologram T-shirt you could mail away from Ralston. Very hard to get a decent image on the camera, but there it is. These are the cheap 12-inch figures Hasbro did recently. I think these actually, to me, show one of the big distribution problems with companies like Hasbro at the moment. I know many collector's shops that had ordered these, you know, when they first come up for order, and none of them ever got them, but these come from a shop called B&M here in the UK, which is like a cheap bargain shop, and it's like, why are they getting them when the collector's shop should have had them? But here's the Ghost Whistle. This is the Stay Puft that you see, that was aimed at young kids. Some plush stuff up here. Here's my Anakin Force FX lightsaber. I do have a couple of other Force FX lightsabers. Here's Kylo Ren's. And then we just come along here. Here's Darth Vader's. But anyway, we're not here for Star Wars. We're here for Ghostbusters. Loungefly bags. Got Slimer, Venkman, Stay Puft, and then there's a, can't remember the name of the company now. This is from a skating company, and this is an old Proton Pack bag. And then there's some prints there. If I just get my light, so we're going to look inside these. So the Weta Workshop Mini Epics in these, along with the big Playmobil collector's figures at the back, and then in front you can see some jellies, the Afterlife mini plush key rings. There's a cool Slimer lamp there. There's some tin of bath salts. Those little tins are from Japan, really cool. And then some Coca-Cola cinema cups. Funny enough, Ghostbusters 2, first film I saw in the cinema, I had one of these cups, not this one because this is an AMC one, but they did the same design for the cinema over here. And ended up going to the toilet loads. Doesn't look like a big cup, but it did to, like, you know, how old was I? 5, 6. Some party plates, and then there's a Stay Puft Tiki mug, and that's the modern Ecto 1. Inside this cup I have some of these candy torches, which projected an image. So you had the logo. What was this one? Oh, the battery's gone in that one, so yeah, battery's gone in the other two. That's a shame, but they sold those at the local shop near me, actually. I kind of wish I bought them all. But it was very weird to find stuff like that in a shop near me. But there you go. So yeah, let's move back into the other room. Now, if you've never followed any of my videos before, you may be wondering, why do I call myself the Magic Ghostbuster? Well, I am actually a professional magician as my job, so I go around to a lot of weddings, birthdays, do a lot of stage shows, close-up magic, and I thought, why not combine that with Ghostbusters? So I started coming up with trick ideas for, I had a Ghostbusters theme to them, and then I just come up with the idea of doing it at events, dressed as a Ghostbuster. So I call myself the Magic Ghostbuster. So I have a whole playlist of my different Ghostbusters magic tricks that I've come out with. I think there's about 50 now, but let me just show you a quick one here. So we come closer. I'm going to show you some cards, and I'm going to test your ability to see ghosts. So keep an eye on these cards and see if you can see anything on any of these cards. So there's that one, there's that one, there's that one, and there's that one. Now, most people can only see this one, and this is, of course, Slimer. Now, Slimer's a very sneaky ghost. See, if we take Slimer out and give Slimer a little tap, he disappears from there and jumps back over there. But now that you've seen Slimer, your energy should have gone up. You should be able to see all the other ghosts now. Like there's the Terror Dog, there's the Library Ghost, there's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Now, if you get home and find all those ghosts, who are you going to call? Of course, it's the Ghostbusters. So, we're back in this room now, and so these are from a Funko blind box series called Horror Classics. So there was two versions of the Terror Dog. There was this one, the Chase Stone Terror Dog, little Slimer up there. And then if we move along here, some of this is blocked out by this Pac-Man roller coaster. And do you know what? Let me turn that on so you can see it moving. That was made by a company called Connects, I think it was called. There we go, there we go. So quite a bulky thing. Oops, turned it the wrong way, there we go. So behind that is the Turtles figures dressed as Ghostbusters, which was a dream come true. Would have loved those as a kid. And then to the left, to the right, sorry, even, is the NECA figures. Still the best Ghostbusters figures in that scale ever made, I believe, in my opinion. The Terror Dogs, the Slimer goes are all amazing. Yeah, NECA really need the license back. But moving down, so this isn't Ghostbusters, this is Shenmue, which is a game I loved on the Dreamcast going back, what, I don't want to even think how long ago that was. Shenmue 3 is a more recent game they did. One of the biggest games ever made on Kickstarter. But I'm not going to talk too much about this because this is a Ghostbusters video. But if you like Shenmue, that is my small Shenmue collection. And then below that is Ghostbusters comics. A couple of different things in front. So we've got Ghostbusters 2 music, cassette tape, Phil Connors Funko Pop from Groundhog Day, Star Wars playing cards, Baby Yoda there, and then below that is a Stranger Things shelf. So Stranger Things Lego. Like I said, I'm not a big Funko Pop collector. These pops are actually my girlfriend's. She's more into them than I am. Behind there is the kids from Stranger Things dressed as Ghostbusters set, and then this Terror Dog here is the Diamond Select light up statue. No batteries in it, but very, very cool. And then this shelf is a bit of a mismatch of just books. It doesn't look very neat. It's mainly books and stuff. That's all the trading cards there. Little Jada Ecto 1. This is the complete, I can never remember if it's Lifetime or Time Life box set. But the box looks like the Firehouse, obviously. Some cool lenticular stuff on the side. And this is the steelbook version. These are two versions where each series either come in a steelbook or a plastic case. That's the steelbook version. And then below here are the Hollywood Collectibles statues. So you've got Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz. They also do Egon and Winston, but found them very, very hard to get in this country. So they are on the want list, but when I get them, if, I don't know. Some pictures of me there. So there's one with Ernie Hudson, one with Dan Aykroyd. There, some tin signs at the back, the Afterlife art book, some of my girlfriend's Disney stuff and a pusheen. This is the, I can't remember the name of the thing, the pH meter thing they used as Venkman's shock box. And then this is one of the NECA Slimers, who I did mention earlier. So I use this one, particular one, I have a boxed one somewhere, but I use this one as a puppet for some of my videos. So if you check out like Slimer putting up the Christmas decorations and stuff. But I also use one that's holding a magic wand as and I have him on my shoulder at events, and he always gets attention. The fact he holds a magic wand, sometimes I make him wave his wand over stuff to make the magic happen. So like I said, I've been doing that a long, long time now. Great fun. And then we come over to this unit, so got the Ultimate Collector's box set with the Real Ghostbusters Blu-ray set and the video game. And then up here is mostly Titans, which were blind box figures. Do have some Ghostbusters 2 bubblegum, which you saw in a frame earlier, and that's just some not framed. But got the full set of Titans, so Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters 1. And it was a cool collection. I'm not a fan of blind box figures, I must be honest. I think blind box stuff is getting way overpriced. I think like Lego have got a good thing, you know, you pay what, £3, you don't know what you're getting. But I think when you're paying £10, £15, you don't know what you're getting. I think that's too much. I think £5 should be the maximum. So not a fan of the whole blind box thing, and it just seems to be getting more and more popular and more expensive. But they also did a few bigger Titans were exclusive to things, like this one was What Box. And I believe, I might be getting my timing mixed up, but I believe this is the first time we got Janine from Ghostbusters, the film. And then Diamond Select Light Up Firehouse. And then this again was Blind Series, which quite hard to get actually, Mashams. But what's cool about this was you actually got different ghosts that they very rarely make. You got Sam Hain, the Sandman, and so on. So that was really, really cool. So up here, this is the NECA Stay Puft. I said earlier that the NECA figures were the best figures, I think. The Stay Puft, less so. It was nice that they did a big Stay Puft, because at this time, you know, the big Stay Puft was still the Kenner small one. But the face, man, it's just a weird face. I mean, I like it, just weird. If we come down here, Afterlife Cinema Cups available in the UK. Blind bag figures from Cryptozoic there. It's very cool. And then these are pins by Eagle Moss or Hero Collector, who made the Ecto One, and they've gone out of business, so don't know if these are going to be available from a different company or not. But I mean, it doesn't matter to me, I've got them, but if you want them, I'm not sure how easy they're going to be able to get now. I'm not too sure. I think this set was exclusive to Walmart or somewhere. That's a pop one. And then these ones are by Numskull, called Kingpins. This shelf, a box of Mimojis, and I don't know if you can see, the Mimojis are over here on top of the Ghostbusters wrestling figures, and that was a weird crossover as well. WWF or WWE wrestlers dressed as Ghostbusters. I loved wrestling as a kid, actually, so I would have loved those figures as a kid, but I do think it's a bit of a weird crossover. In front of these are Stay Puft and Slimer by Factory Entertainment, bobbleheads. Again, the Stay Puft, that face, it's just weird. Don't know why he's so hard to get right. This was a cool bobblehead. This is a recent one, which is of the Terror Dog, and then got the Rocket one of the Mini Puffs. And then these are again Factory Entertainment. These ones of the 4 Ghostbusters. They look very similar to the Matty Collector in like molds and stuff. Some of the features, like Egon particularly. So They did talk when you press the button, but they have batteries in them. At the back is another one of the Shreddies boxes. This is the River of Slime one, and behind there is a leaflet for the Woolworths Playscape, which I've had a few people like try and offer me quite a bit of money for that. I think it's crazy. There's a couple of cans there, like a Slimer energy drink, and that is the Burger King Ghost in a Can there. If we move along to the side, some pins from a company called Box Lunch in America. Over there is some mini PKE and Trap. There is the Lewis Tully Ecto Glow. This might be an unpopular opinion on Ecto Glows at the moment. I don't think they're worth the money that people are paying for them. These, I don't even. You might disagree with me. I don't even think they're that rare, like to warrant the money that like people are, you know, trying to sell them for £800 each. I think the last time I looked were, and like until Afterlife come out, these were easy to get. They were like £150 figures. I remember going in a shop that had them, 125. They had the full set. I'm not a massive fan of them. They've always been on my like want list, but not like a priority. So other things always come along. And then when Afterlife hit, obviously a lot of people jumped on the Ghostbusters bandwagon, pushing prices up. And someone just paid £2,000 for a set, and that just seemed to set a precedent. But you know, if you're willing to spend money, you can get a set. They're not hard to find. And I just find it a bit odd. Surely the price has got to come down, because I just don't think they're worth the money people are paying for them. But like I said, you may disagree, and that's fair enough. There's the vintage keyrings by Hope. A couple of aprons there. And then back here, so this is the meal box from Wimpy. That's the Wimpy version of the Ghost in the Can. Exactly the same as the Burger King one, except the restaurant logo is different. Some bubblegum wrappers. This is the statue for the collector's edition of Ghostbusters the video game. That Venkman with Slimer coming out, I thought it was a really cool idea, having Slimer come out the back of him after being slimed. I think that was a Loot Crate exclusive. It was one of those companies exclusive. Get all the different Loot Crate type companies mixed up. Ghostbusters coins, Slimer, Stay Puft, and then the 3 Ghostbusters. There's 4 Ghostbusters. Why is Winston not on that coin? Incense burner, a modern thing made by Numbskull. People that used it reported that it melts, so if you have one, don't attempt to use it, basically, unless they've improved it now. This statue is from the, I think it was the 30th anniversary Blu-ray box set, if I remember right. And then more pins. Now this is kind of behind my TV here. So behind there is actually the Middle of Beyond tiki mugs of Slimer and the Terror Dogs, all boxed. I've done videos on those. If you want to see those, check it out. And then I've got the Diamond Select tumblers. Now for some reason my Venkman went missing when I moved, so still need to track down one of those. And then Slimer beer. These figures here are the Mattel ones, basically the Matty Collector ones in new packaging with Build Your Own Moogly logo. They were released when the 2016 film came out. And then this logo here is from the Diamond Select range. I used the Ghostbusters 2 version on the Firehouse diorama and used this one here. Okay, so up in this corner, mostly Playmobil stuff. I have everything boxed and a few extras unboxed just for display purposes. There's some Funko Pops there. This lamp is actually broken, this one. I managed to use some wires and tapes to tape back together. Luckily I did get a new one, but I've left that boxed for now. I'm just leaving this one on display for the moment. If we come down here, this is one of the Stay Puft hands made by Billy Bryan. You saw his picture earlier. He was the man inside Stay Puft, and he made these hands from the original moulds. So that is like an original mould of the Stay Puft glove, and he signed that as well. Very, very cool. And he's such a lovely guy as well to meet. Awesome guy. That is a little Stay Puft dashboard thing. Loot Crate, or again one of those companies. I always get them mixed up. Funny enough, it's really hard to get that. It's not worth a lot. I wanted to get another one to put in my car, but I could only find it in America after buying this one. And by the time you add shipping and VAT and all that, it's just not worth it. Those two things are mini puff walkie-talkies, modern thing there. And then come down on this unit. So these are the modern fright figures of. I've got the other 4 somewhere. They did 2 versions of Peter and Winston with different ghosts. So you'll see the others later. And then there's the 3 Ghostbusters. At the time, I don't have the Afterlife kids. Had to cut there, so I had another delivery of Ghostbusters stuff. Where is it going to go? So on this shelf, key rings, enamel badge, some headphones that were like O2 priority thing. These 2 Playmobil things were made by Funko. It was like a Funko Playmobil crossover. They only did Ray and Peter. They did other characters from other franchises. They did Turtles, Willy Wonka and stuff. And they did these before Playmobil started actually doing stuff. So I don't know if that sort of kick-started their idea. Back here, there's the Ghostbusters vinyl soundtrack. This is a cookie jar of Stay Puft. Originally bought from Zavvi, and I'm not a fan of Zavvi. When it arrived, it looked like it had gone up to Mike Tyson and called him an idiot. So, as you can imagine, it did not arrive in very good condition. So, I had to send it back and buy him from somewhere else. That's a double of one of the Cryptozoic figures. This is just a random ghost I liked. I bought it for somewhere, Halloween a few years ago. Diamond Select light up statue. There's a Stay Puft a wacky wobbler. And then these are Ghostbusters playing cards from Japan. Coca-Cola, so you've got Ghostbusters 1 and there's Ghostbusters 2 behind there. And if we come down, so at the back is the Mondo Ghostbusters 1 vinyl. And then Slimer, oh god, I'm losing it. Slimer Wacky Wobbler, Slimer light up statue. Again, don't have batteries in these at the moment. And that is a Slimer candy jar, and they're sitting on top of the PK box from Matty Collector. And if we come down a bit more, you can see Stay Puft lip balm there. Cool badge. I like this badge just because it has Ghostbusters written on, not badge, keyring written on the bottom, just unusual. Most of the time it's rounded off and doesn't have any writing there. Now here at the back you can see a promotional Ghostbusters telephone, which I think is really cool. That tube is a Ghostbusters colouring set. The Slimer is one of my favourite statues. It is the Hollywood Collectibles one, and it's Slimer enjoying a meal at the car of the Sedgwick Hotel. This is supposed to be the same scale as the 2 statues you saw earlier, but if you actually put them together, it's nowhere near the same scale. It's way oversized. There's another Titan there. This Stay Puft here is actually quite sentimental. This one is just the Kenner Stay Puft, but this is actually my actual one from when I was a kid. See, I had all the toys when I was a kid, or most of them, but my dad, sold them at boot sales and stuff when I wasn't looking. So this is my actual original, so a lot of sentimental value in that one. Cool poster there, and that is actually signed by Dan Aykroyd. I don't know if you can see that just down there. And then I need to get these in a better place really. 2 license plates. Top one signed by Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd. The bottom one is only signed by who's that? Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, right in the corner, you can't really see that. Getting confused over who signed it. And then some cool cans. You've got the Ghost in a Can energy drink, just a random Coca-Cola with Ghostbusters promo on it. These are my Magic Ghostbusters patches. This Stay Puft is one of the best Stay Puffs ever made by a company called SH Figure Arts and Bandai. Perfect likeness, come with different faces. I display them with this face just because it's a bit different. And then below there, not Ghostbusters, but a little Sonic the Hedgehog area with some Sonic the Hedgehog Lego. So above this window, I actually have some of the mini-mates. Like I said, I just don't have room to display them all together, so I had to just sort of fit them in where I could, which is a shame. But if we come over here, so these are Loyal Subjects, a company that made these like vinyl figures, which is pretty cool. They have done a second series since getting all these. Unfortunately, I haven't got those yet. They've not come out in the UK, so have to look into importing them. At the back there, the Dodge in the Dark driving game, very rare, great fun to play. And then Johnny Lightning set there. A weird Johnny Lightning thing where they've done a camper van and a Beetle. And then, see, that one makes more sense with the Ecto 1A. Being Vigo's Slime Fortress. Yo-Yo. That's from the Blitzway figure set. There's a bag there. And then if we come over here, you can see, so there's more mini mates there, and then down here is the Mattel like retro style figures, whatever you call those. And then coming out, this is the Ghostbusters 2 Diamond Select toys set with the firehouse. If I move this yo-yo, you can see I used the Ghostbusters 2 sign there. Ghostbusters 2 sign gets neglected too much, so I had to use that one. And then there's the Diamond Select figures. Now, they didn't make the slime bathtub. That was one I made myself during the coronavirus lockdown. Quite happy how it came out, actually. I think I did a good job. Less so a good job of this, which is supposed to be the fur coat ghost. Yeah, I tried, that's all that matters. Over here is Ghostbusters cuckoo clock made by Bradford Exchange. So on the hour, when it's switched on, it plays the Ghostbusters theme tune, and these light up. I'm not going to play it because I'll get a copyright strike for the music. There is a 3D lenticular picture for Ghostbusters 2 from promo back in the day. That's a cheap Ruby's sign. There's me, Ray Parker Jr. Ghostbusters Mr. Potato Heads. Cool, but why on earth did they not do Slimer? I mean, he is an ugly little spud. It just, that's how it should be. Don't get it. Sheet of Ghostbusters wallpaper from back in the day, and then hiding behind this Turtles arcade machine is my Gibson Les Paul. And then just one other little thing, I can't remember who made this Slimer, but I bought this off eBay for, like, cheap for like £30. He wasn't painted or anything, and I decided to use a Stone Effect paint on him, and I thought he'd come out pretty cool. But yeah, very happy with that. So, little section here, Turtles arcade machine there. My girlfriend has some of the Sylvanian family and Mickey stuff on top of that at the moment. But I have this little shelf with some Ghostbusters stuff on, and just realised I took this out of Slimer's mouth earlier and forgot to show you it. One of the Ghost Balls. They did 3 different ones, and I need to get the other 2, but there's that. Stay Puft Marshmallows there. Slimers were like little gum-filled bubblegum, slime-filled bubblegum, sorry. It was available over here. You see around here is a box that would have contained the original Ghostbusters 2 trading cards. That is the broken, or not broken, the replacement lamp for the broken one I said about earlier. This is cool. This is a 30th anniversary Ghostbusters 1 and 2 box set from Tower Records in Japan, which is really nice. And then back here, Transformers slime tub box. This is the employee welcome kit. They did 2 versions. This is the black edition. The regular edition is there. Black edition. The only difference was it came with a pad that had a black cover instead of a regular cover. And then this was another the 35th anniversary Blu-ray box set that they did. And then you can see there's a Ghostbusters doormat there. And then some marshmallows and lollies and stuff there, which, considering how old they are now, I'm surprised that they're still together and just haven't disintegrated. You can see this one there is cracked a bit, but still holding up really, really well. And then around here, it's just some stuff on front of the drawer there. There's the Hot Wheels, not Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels, Hot Toys DeLorean there. And then some stuff on front of the drawer just hanging there. So you've got like a switch plate, key ring, a tea towel. These are the, let me see if I can take one of those off. I'm not sure. It's very hard to get holograms. I'm just not getting it. Holograms to show up on camera. It's a shame. But they're the trio mail away holograms. This is one of my patch designs, Beachbusters, and more key rings, mini puff badges, and so on. And then this thing here, really cool. This is the firehouse tent, a very hard thing to find. Very, very cool. And then if we come up here, so this is the Build an Ecto 1 by Eagle Moss Hero Collector. Not the best place for it because it's obviously in a window in direct sunlight, and my intention was, once the case arrived, to build like a proper backing to protect it, but see, at the time recording this, is like they've gone bankrupt and all that, so still not 100% sure what's happening. I think another company's buying the bits and selling it, so I need to sort something out with that, really. So it's not going to be like that completely. And do you know what I realised recently when I put the bottom together is that I had some loose wires hanging in, so I need to try and take that apart and sort it out. But until I know what's happening with the other bits, I just don't care about it. I've kind of lost the will with that thing. It's a shame. These things here are Funko Soda figures. So you get... I quite like the can design, I think they're pretty cool, but you get a figure in there. And each one has a chase. And they're all different limited editions. So the first one that came out, was it Egon or Stay Puft? I can't remember which one was first now. But so Egon was limited edition of 10,000, and his chase was a slimed Egon. Stay Puft was limited to 15,000. His chase was the red orange Stay Puft. Venkman, Slime Venkman, he was limited edition to 8,000. The rarer one is Vince Corfo or Lewis Tully, limited to 6,000. He has the best chase because his chase is actually a Pterodox. It's like a completely new figure, which is really cool. Moving along here, this is the boxed version of the NECA Stay Puft. Stay Puft? Oh god, what is wrong with me today? Slimer, Dancing Slimer there. New Ghost Popper Slimer radio there. Now you might be thinking, what's up with this Stay Puft? This is the Chronicle statue, and when I was moving stuff around, this is actually from an apron set. I have a sealed one which you would have seen earlier, but I just ended up shoving this on top of him to keep it out the way, and I just liked it. I just think it looks a bit funny, so I just kept it like that. Never said I wasn't weird. These are quite rare. Extreme Ghostbusters gurgling figures. There's Slimer, and then this next bit's a bit awkward. So if we go up here, there's this big Hollywood Collectibles Firehouse sign that lights up, and then I've got lots of stuff sort of hanging behind that. And a lot of it's more modern stuff. You've got the modern Hasbro figures there, which I don't think you really need to see. There's some Ghost balls, candy sticks, but a lot of Extreme Ghostbusters stuff, like all the Extreme Ghostbusters figures, and there's the two other balls at the top, watches, and some slime tubs up there. So, and then if I come back a bit, I've actually got a big Pac-Man hanging there as well. So there you go. Gets in the way a bit. Yeah, and then some more mini mates there. And if we come around here, there's a Slimer gelatin mould, some phones. This is a box, like a promo box set that was sent to press for the video game. Mini puffed walkie-talkies, Ecto 1 bag. Bought a couple of these, good for carrying magic in. They're designed for the Switch, I think, to carry in. There's the Shocked Stay Puft by Diamond Select. I felt the face just didn't quite work on this version. Not in the same way that the SH Figure Arts one did. There's an old Viewmaster. Who remembers Viewmasters? They were cool. Ghostbusters badge. Talking electronic game. Windsock. Again, stuff like this I just find quite weird and cool, because that's sort of stuff people like collect figures and all that. I don't think people ever really think of this sort of stuff. I love this Stay Puft mask. That was a mascot head by Rubies. And they also did Moogly, which you're going to see very shortly. There's a Slimer costume, and there's the Moogly I just said about. These plush things, fairly recent. Some Funko key rings. These Slimer things are quite cool. There's a couple more over here. Did a couple of different colours. There's a Loungefly purse. That's a window stick thing. This is me and my girlfriend went to Comic-Con a couple of years ago. Well, probably longer than that. Our dressed as Joker and Harley Quinn. This was originally gold, and I had to paint it. I thought it looked quite good. Okay, so let's just move back a bit for this, because we're now coming to this section. This is the Diamond Select Stay Puft Banks. You can see I've got all the Funko stuff sort of piled up behind. There's so many bloody Funko Pops, it's ridiculous. But there are the Stay Pufts. So, but I think that they did a good job with the faces, especially on this 12-inch size one. I do think they are the better versions of Stay Puft's face. Like I said earlier, I don't think there's a lot of people really capture his look very well. But and then over here is a little Back to the Future corner. So there is my hoverboard, signed by most of the cast. The only ones missing really is Michael J. Fox and Crispin Glover. When Michael J. Fox was signing over here, I just couldn't afford it, unfortunately. But hopefully one day. And there's a few bits, these cups and all that from like the Back to the Future Secret Cinema, which was amazing, absolutely amazing. And then mini puffs there, Phantom Terror Dog Diamond Select. And then let's carry on with this unit. So there is some Back to the Future stuff there, and then so these are the other Fright Features figures going along the top that I said about. So let's start here. So Funko Pop diorama display in the banquet room, floating soap dish, Ghostbusters wallet there, that was by Cakeworthy. The plaster moulding set there. Stuff there is some Disney stuff of my girlfriend collects. Bat at Hell, the musical cup, because she loves that as well. This Slimer bubble bath was exclusive to Debenhams here in the UK, who are no longer with us now, they closed down. And then here, so some more Funko stuff at the back, a bit hard to see. A glass from the Halloween Horror Nights. Cool TV mug. Video game on cassette. Yes, yes kids, video games used to come on cassettes. This thing here is Fright Rags. Fright Rags are an amazing company. They do some of the best t-shirt designs in my opinion, but they also did these cool blind box pins and managed to get the full set, except for the Chase one. They apparently did a glow-in-the-dark Slimer, which I've never actually seen one. I don't know how rare it actually was, but check out, they don't do any Ghostbusters t-shirts at the moment, unless you can get an old one off eBay, but highly recommended. Brilliant designs. I really like that key ring from Halloween Horror Nights. At the back are the knit series, handmade by robots, very cool. Some mugs, water bottle by that's from a company called Box Lunch in America. Loungefly card holder, and then Halloween Horror Nights mug, and then the ball in that is the same ball I showed you earlier on the card. So, and then here, so lots of cool stuff there. So these things are really jammed in there. Rings, they did various rings. It's a Terror Dog ring there. I've done videos on those actually, so check that out. They did different rings, and then Ghostbusters shampoo, Slinky there, not been straightened. There's a picture of me of Christopher Lloyd there, and above, which is kind of hidden at the moment by these cans, let me move more of these cans out of the way, is me with Michael J. Fox, which you can't even see me in the picture. Let's move this figure out of the way as well. There's me and Michael J. Fox. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't afford his autograph when he did come over. I know some people really slagged him off for the money that they were charging, but I mean, considering his condition, I mean, come on, he's and it was all going to charity. So so this one we have some of the metal figures there. So you can see Venkman with Slimer, big Stay Puft at the back. Then some Vigo socks, some bottles of the drink there, and kind of neglecting this stuff in front as well. There's a Stay Puft and there's a Slimer, head knockers, badges from Halloween Horror Nights, socks there, bottle opener here, keyring from the German ride, Ghostbusters 2 wallet, keepsake of Stay Puft from Hallmark. And then moving over here, so you would have seen the mini Puff Itty Bitties earlier. These are the 4 guys, and you've got Dana, Stay Puft, and Sad Stay Puft. Oh, look at him. He was exclusive to, I think it was New York Comic Con. It's one of the conventions. And then Hallmark, Venkman there. And then behind that is a box, cookie jar box. And then badge. And then a box of the toothpaste there, which don't actually have the toothpaste, unfortunately. And then there is a wallet, some cool badges, and then moving along. So at the back is another Funko thing. There's a bubblegum machine. That's the Ecto 1 keepsake, was the boxes there. Real Ghostbusters toothbrushes, again, I love that sort of stuff, not the sort of stuff most people think to keep. And then nesting dolls and the Japanese version of the Ghostbusters 2 game. And then moving, actually let's move right slightly, look, there's the Home Alone Lego house, very cool. And then moving down here, so what you have here is at the back is the Gushers, which is like big ghosts that throw up these little ghosts, basically. Very, very, very messy. And then these mini Exo Minis, they're called, or like blind bag figures. Shout out to Kieran from the Southend-on-Sea Ghostbusters, who actually helped me finish that set. So I had a couple missing and just couldn't find them, so thanks Kieran. And then back here, Mighty Meeples. Come in a tin, then you had this convention exclusive one. There's a bag, and then there's some open. I think they're a bit weird personally, but and then these were exclusive to FYE in America. Some crunchy marshmallows, and then below that is some K-Swish trainers, Swiss. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Some napkins, Q-Pop figures, Stay Puft vinyl. I have 2 of these, one open, one sealed, because they come with some cool lenticular things which you'll see later on. And then these are my Mattel Ecto goggles, which I completely painted and modded. I have the PKE and the trap and all that, but they're actually stored away in an equipment box I use for events, so they're not on display and they're not going to be in this video. Along here are some more lamps. And then here is, so this was from Spirit Halloween, that's just, he lights up. I won't keep him going because he goes on for ages, and he moves around and stuff if you take him out of the box. I don't know if you remember the inflatable Slimer earlier. This is a bagged one. That was a promo for the video game. It's a card game there. Funko pens, mug there. There's some interactive jellies at the back. And then moving along here. So metal figures at the back. Cos cups, these were called. Cosplaying cups. Bit odd but cool. And then what we have here, move this. This was cool packaging for a pair of socks, like an old VHS videotape. Ghostbusters 2 vinyl. And then this I really like, this plaster moulding set, because most people are familiar with the 4-pack, which was up here. But this one, very, very rare, only contains 2, it's half the size. So yeah, very cool. And then if we move along here, so you've got Slimy Artsy, there's some West End role-playing games at the back, book lamp there, some badges, and cup, and then a Krispy Kreme box there. And then below here, hiding behind several Baby Yodas, there's a few other little bits. So you've got the Play-Doh there, and most of it's modern stuff. You've got like the new Cluedo and some Ecto 1s and things, and then there's a vintage tray and some vintage coat hangers. So on this wall we have a lot of the Plasma series figures there. Won't go too much into those, you know what they are. Below them are the lenticular pictures I said about from that vinyl, plus an original animation cell. And we've got some plushes, good way to store hats. Tin by Factory Entertainment. Under here are some kingpins. Spirit Halloween badge. Funnily enough, I made one of those as a kid, like out of cardboard, like a paranormal investigator badge, which is quite cool. And then those are like leather stickers at the back, made by a company called RSVLTS, which I guess is Roosevelt's or something. Tony's Terrible Night. These are quite cool, fun edibles. Quite like the slime one, I think is my favourite. These are just socks from Hero Collector, just fit in that gap. This is cool. This Ecto 1 is one of the I can't remember when this came out now, but it came out at a time when Ghostbusters merchandise was dead. You know, we hadn't had anything for a while, and we didn't really get a lot after for a while, but it was cool to get that when it came out. Very exciting. And then coming around here, so we've got the 12-inch figures by Matty Collector, which were really great back in the day. Some people have said they look shit now compared to the Blitzway, but it's like, you can't compare them to Blitzway. These are like, you know, £60 figures versus £400 figures. Completely different. Fright Rags mini masks, and the Ghostbusters 2 versions of the 12-inch figures. It's a shame that yeah, they didn't give them all the charcoal costumes. That was the one mistake, really, I think, with those. But anyway, here's the cosplaying ducks. Hiding behind there are the newer versions of the Johnny Lightnings, where they did the pre-Ecto, Ecto 1, and then the Chase pre-Ecto, which is like the pre-Ecto White, which is a bit weird. And then that is a frame of all the stuff from FanFest. Box frame with steelbooks in, one of the hologram serials. That's actually a UCI program from here in the UK. That's the back. I just like the back design. That's some art from a friend of mine. Great artist. Hi, Daniel. And then Krispy Kreme bucket. Badges. Behind there is novelty fire extinguisher. Some plushes. I'll take those plushes down. I've got some more of those stickers behind there. And then some cool badges and stuff from other bits there. And then if we zoom back a bit, there's my baby, my Proton Pack. And then coming up here, so we've got here radio controlled Ecto 1. These are the Funko Blind Box Mystery Series. Full set. And they did obviously Chase ones and then some exclusives to various places. So I can't remember which was which now. I think they might have been, oh, where were they? What's it? One set, I think it was these three were exclusive to GameStop, and these three were exclusive somewhere else. I can't remember. Stay Puft Catapult, weird. Eagle Moss Slimer, Gumballs. A videotape with book. It's a Slimer grabber. Loot bag for Halloween, and a Stay Puft one. Five Alive holograms. Five Alive. I have one of the sealed cartons, which I think I forgot to tell you about. I'll go back there. So I'll tell you about that when I get back there. Behind here are Mini Mates. So you can see the Mini Mates in front. Mini Mates are basically bigger versions of Mini Mates. A cool bath set there. Locker bag. Cup, so part for your straw there. Glow-in-the-dark glasses. And then these are a statues by, oh god, what was the name of the company? The company name's come right in my head. Iron Studios, that was it. Very cool. Unfortunately, it's weird, right? I've got the full set, but because they made Lewis, it now doesn't look like a full set because Dana's missing, but they didn't make Dana, so I feel like adding Lewis almost like ruined the set in a weird way, if that makes sense. But he's, in terms of the human ones, he was the best likeness, I think, by far. But yeah, very cool. And then a lot of plush stuff here. A mix of it is mine, some of the Ghostbuster stuff, and then my girlfriend's got various stuff mixed in with there as well. And then Here, the Slimer sign, and then sort of buried at the back there, you've got a few different things, like there's the Mezco tin set, there's the Haunted Highways racing set, there's Ghostbusters Afterlife popcorn bucket. So, yeah. So this is one of my favourite items. I had loved Five Alive back in the day. You've just seen the poster you could get to add the holograms on. But yes, you could. This is a sealed carton. Went out of date November '90, and yeah, one of my favourite things. I love Five Alive, love Ghostbusters. This was just like the perfect crossover. I miss this drink so much. I love it. But yeah, really, really cool. So that is my collection tour complete. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're still here. If you have, well done for sticking with it. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I do try and respond to all comments. I do miss them sometimes. I'm only human, and sometimes YouTube just doesn't give me notifications, but I do try and answer any questions. If you want to see anything in more detail, I've done lots of videos over the last few years, so please go and check out my previous videos if you want to see anything in more detail. If you can't find a video on it, let me know, and I'll try and make one in the future. But anyway, thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Check out my Ghostbusters Magic playlist, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep on busting.